So look, don't let your unhealed trauma stop you from loving and stop you from receiving your blessings that is going to come to you because you have not dealt with unhealed trauma. A lot of unhealed trauma is going to stop you. It's going to block your blessings. It's going to have you thinking that these good relationships is boring. Like, listen, sometimes that's exactly what you need to be doing is exactly the things that you don't want to do.
You have now tuned in to Hustlenomics with Hardway.
Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? You know what it is, man. Welcome to another episode of Hustlenomics. Right? You know, today we gonna get the drip report, man. You know, we have to get a little bit of fly, just dress up a little bit, man, because today just feels like a day that we just wanted to get, you know, adequately positioned and feeling good. When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you need to smell good. When you smell good, you do better. You know, so today's episode, man, what we're going to talk about is unhealed trauma inside of relationships. And what we come to find out is like unhealed trauma inside of relationships will have you believing and thinking that healthy relationships are boring, they're not exciting because of the past trauma that you used to dealing with other people. So now when you get inside of a healthy relationship, it becomes a little bit stagnant to you. It's not as exciting to you, right? But the best thing for you is not always the most exciting things in life. Like owning a business. A lot of people think they want to become entrepreneurs and get inside a business, but they're not ready to handle the losses. They're not ready to handle all the adversities that come with owning and having a company and running a business. So anytime an adversity comes, they tend to bail out. And when you end up bailing out of things, like that's going to show your character. Like, can you withstand the adversities? Can you withstand the little bit of things that's going to actually make you a better person? Because when you are dealing with somebody and a partner and they are only being a reflection of you and you're dealing with things, they're only showing you internally what the things that you need to deal with on the inside. Right? But when your bruised ego, you know, happens and your ego gets a little bit bruised and it's a little bit challenged, that's when you decide that you're ready to bail out of things. And that's when you actually show your character and you don't stick with things in life, man. A lot of y'all are just ready to give up on a drop of a dime when something challenges you. So a lot of times when you get inside of a relationship, it's like, damn, this isn't exciting as it was when I was dealing with all the toxicity. Then you become an agent of chaos. And the only way that you know to survive and deal with side of a relationship is to deal with it chaotically. You got to be dealing with the streets. It got to be some form of drama involved. You so used to men or women cheating on you. You so used to drama. You so used to being in somebody else's business inside of something that don't serve your best purpose. Because I know your best purpose in life is to become a positive individual and deal with positivity. But a lot of times you change that positivity and it transforms into toxicity with ownership. We're not put on this place to own anybody. You're placed on this earth to experience people. So when you experience people, you got to be ready to take their flaws. You got to be willing to accept and cultivate those things that maybe you just might be little nuances to you, because you know what? That's going to teach you about yourself. Okay, so teamwork makes the dream work, right? And I know a lot of us done already heard that term, that teamwork makes the dream work. And it's very true indeed. Like, you know, a lot of times people think that you gotta, you know, have a big team. Like sometimes you don't need a big team. Like right now, my beautiful wife, she pressed the button, she holds the camera, she makes sure that things are moving adequately so that I can make sure that I can get out the information that I need to get out so that you guys can get the information, right? And our people don't suffer from a lack of money. We just suffer from a lack of information. And by all means, you have all the means inside of you to learn and gain all the information, because I tell you right now that 99 problems, but you can repeat that. rolling down the street, smoking indos, sipping on. You know how to finish that, right? It's 7 o'clock on the spot. I'm in my. You guys know that. So we know the lack of the information is not the problem. I mean, it's just where we put our attention to. And surely energy follows attention, right? So when you are thinking about like how you want to be with somebody, you got to be the energy that you are ready to put out. You got to be the energy that you're ready to put out. Really think about the energy that you want to put out, man. And a lot of times the toxicity between men and women, and some women even saying that, you know, even men having self-care like as if being in it's competition to be in the mirror with somebody. It's competition to be in the mirror with a woman. I don't want a man that's too cute. What you are inadvertently are putting on a man is toxicity, as if taking care of himself is a problem. Because if you got to take an hour and a half for you to get ready, and he want to take 20 minutes of that time, and you feel like he's taking too much time up in the mirror, you got to ask yourself, why does it take you an hour and a half to get ready anyway? You know what I mean? So like, when we thinking about the type of people that we are actually wanting to attract, and again, energy follows attention. What attention are you putting out to say that you want to attract that of the same? You see what I'm saying? So when you are actually out here trying to court somebody, a lot of toxicity that you have dealt with in your past and that unhealed trauma, and then you get somebody that's good, somebody that will actually want to take care of themselves, somebody that's actually embraced and loved themselves, did some self-work, did some things that make sure that they are good internally so that they can make sure that they are good externally for you. Women kind of tend to push that down. Like, I don't want a man that's too sensitive. What you mean? A man that got to go fight the world, got to fight with employers, got to fight with, you know, this world, this society, especially inside of America, is constantly beating a man down. And you mean to tell me that he could have come home and he can't be soft with you? Who is he supposed to be soft with? Who is he supposed to be soft with? When he got to come home, he got to deal with the battle, because now I feel like, man, I might need some oil, some beard oil. Like somebody even told me, like, you know, men taking care of their beard. And then you turn around, what that tells me is that it sounds like it's big hygiene problems. You want the man to have hygiene problems, you know, and because I don't believe that a man is not going to run around scruffy, all kind of just not taking care of himself, that he's going to have good hygiene, and then you're trying to figure out why your pH balance is off. It might be because of him, but a lot of it might be because of you as well. You drinking Hennessy, you drinking all this extra stuff, you putting all these bad toxins inside of your body, and then you want to sit up there and you want to blame the man. Part of that's going to be because of the man as well, because that or more of what you attract is going to be what's going to be in your attraction. So if you're drinking Hennessy, doing all this extra stuff in there and everything, and then how can you expect the man to have good personal hygiene? How can you expect him to be that of cleanliness, of godliness, right? To be the God that he is, if you're not acting like a goddess, right? So like, I guess it's like, this is the Kevin Samuels moment, right? That we got to have a real conversation, because that is a very toxic thing to put on to a man, that he can't have personal self-care, because you want to be the star. You want to be the one that's seen. You want to be the one that's in the limelight, right? But in all actuality, that man should be taking care of himself. He should love himself more than he loves you. Because if you don't love yourself more than he loves you, you're only going to get a shell and a piece of that man. And then you're going to be complaining about the parts that you don't get. Right? You're going to be complaining about the parts that you don't get. So you need to be very cautious and conscious about the energy that you're putting out. If a man wants to get himself dressed, you telling me that man go get tailored inside of a suit is something of, he's too pretty. He's too into himself. He should, what is that? He should not be into himself? Motherfucking right. Brothers, y'all need to start taking your dick power back. Be into yourself. Love yourself. Take your dick power back. Start putting these motherfuckers on dick restriction. They ain't acting right. They're not moving right. They're making you feel less of a man. Then let them go over there. They ain't the person for you. They ain't the person for you. I'll put these motherfuckers on dick restriction. Take your dick power back, because a lot of times it was pussy power, right? And I believe that when women get themselves right, a lot of times it was even a tribe in Africa that women put men on pussy restriction until they start acting right. And I'm a firm believer that when women start to act right and start act accordingly, men will surely follow. Because when women start to follow these other artists and music and genres that's promoting negativity and toxicity, the men is surely going to just act in the same and give you what you want. If you want a ratchet man, a man that ain't about nothing, and low vibrational man, then listen to that low vibrational music and see what your attraction and see what energy is going to attract and pull in from there, right? So when you are dealing with this type of individual, brothers, you got to make sure that you are on your A game. You ain't moving off your square. Nah, pussy don't move me. Pussy don't move me. We done been there and done that. We done had enough of that. Do you got some intelligence? What do you got to give me? Can you build me up? Men, we need women with sisters. We need affirmations. King, go out and be the best that you can be. Go out and be the best that you can be. Look, we ain't got time to be sitting around. Go get to it. Motivate me. If I'm going to go for 100,000, tell me go for 2. If I'm going to go for 1 million, tell me go for 2. Don't tell me it's time you need a rest. Nah, I rest when I'm dead. I'm rest when I'm gone. We ain't got time to rest, because if I'm broke, I got no time to be watching the Super Bowl. They already millionaires. What I look like watching a whole bunch of millionaires play a game and I'm sitting here fucked up. So it's time for me to go get myself correct. And I got to take time and space to go do that. And I need the space and energy, and I need the motivation to go do that. And if she ain't doing that for you brothers, then y'all need to make a motherfucking decision on where it is that you need to be placing your energy and attention to. But to look good, you also got to smell good. So remember, every episode is brought to you by Scentbird. Scentbird. And today's fragrance is that good Rosha. Rosha is a good sweet smell. It's kind of smell like a Creed, right? But this Rosha really smells good. And it's like a really good fragrance that you can, spray on yourself. And it's really good one for like your hands and your body and your arms, right? So when you actually talking, it comes with this good little sprayer as well, and when you talking, that's when you want to, this is a good tip for you brothers, man. When you talking, spray some on your hands. So when you're actually talking, you're speaking with your hands, right? The people are getting a good whiff. Or when you shake a hand, you're leaving an impression on somebody even when you leave. So remember, today's scent is brought to you by Scentbird. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. And just for signing up, I'm gonna pay for 1 month for you. So you get 1 month free. You actually get a scent. I'm gonna pick a scent for you. I suggest you get that Rosha, or get that Oud for Greatness. Get either one of those, and I'm gonna pay for the first month. Your first fragrance is on me. Also, make sure, man, because we giving you information, we pouring a lot into you, man. I'm giving you a lot of me. Make sure that you support the channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. You also got my book right here that I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Get that Money Smart book. It's gonna have 101 tips and tricks on how to get wealth, how to get to a bag, how to set your family up for success. We believe that the family equals business. From there, you want to move into the CEO versus the trapper mindset. CEO versus trapper mindset is, a lot of trappers, man. A lot of trappers, they got Fortune 500 brains. They just put it into the wrong situation. So they know how to manage money. They know how to manage the product. They know how to do inventory. So it's really getting down, and it's going to be a street level. The brand new book that we got right here, though, man, that 30 days of content in 30 minutes, we're going to show you how to build your content creation up, how to get to a bag, how to turn your content into monetization, and then you can get to a bag in there. And a lot of times, I'm going to tell you, one of the greatest industry secrets, right? One of the biggest industry secrets is hooks. If you got to have the right hooks in place to be able to draw attention into the first thing that you saying within the first 2 seconds of your video and whatever kind of content you got putting out. So make sure you go ahead and click them links. I'm gonna put all the links in the description for all the books. You go ahead and get Scentbird as well. You get a monthly subscription. Every month you get a brand new fragrance. Man, look, fragrances cost a lot, man. So, if you want to try something out with your chemistry before you actually go out and spend $400 on a bottle, make sure you get Scentbird. You get 30 days and 30 days spray. I don't even go through all these, man. I'm just keep racking them up. You're also good for a gift. You can get women's fragrances on there, men fragrances on there. They got candles on there and so forth, man. So make sure you tap in with Scentbird. So look, don't let your unhealed trauma stop you from loving and stop you from receiving your blessings that is going to come to you because you have not dealt with unhealed trauma. A lot of unhealed trauma is going to stop you. It's going to block your blessings. It's going to have you thinking that these good relationships is boring. Like, listen, sometimes that's exactly what you need to be doing, is exactly the things that you don't want to do. When you don't want to get up in the morning, or that's exactly when you need to be doing it. When you don't want to go to the gym, that's exactly when you need to be doing it. When you don't want to write that book, that's exactly when you need to be doing it. That's exactly when you need to be doing it. How many more days are you going to procrastinate? Someday, another day is not a time on a clock or a calendar. We are very naive to believe that we got ample time, that tomorrow is promised. We are very naive to believe that. So appreciate your people, love your people for who they are, and do enough self-healing within yourself. Do enough self-healing within yourself and personal development within yourself. Learn how to heal that inner child within you so that you can grow, and that inner child can meet that adult you guys can meet, and then you can be accepting to somebody that can come in and add value to your life. Because at the end of the day, I got to ask a question. If you have not dealt with unhealed trauma and you're trying to be with somebody, what value are you adding to their life? This has been another episode of Hustlenomics. Make sure you click the links, like, share, and subscribe. We out.